Hi, welcome to the Pursuit of Truth. So some of this one may be a bit on the extreme side or controversial in its subject matter, but I think is due. Obviously, everyone would have seen that Novak Djokovic has been expelled from Australia. Just on the outset, just in case anyone thinks I'm some kind of Novak Djokovic fan or tennis fan. I don't watch tennis. I don't think I've ever seen him play. I'm not doing this because I'm a fan, anything like that. I don't like tennis, but the thing that worries me is the implication upon freedoms, in the pursuit of truth. And I feel that this is the beginning of something, unless this has all been staged and he's a willing participant in creating a message, because he does seem to have gone a bit quiet since he's been kicked out of Australia. I thought he might make a bit of more of a political statement. At least said something anti the way he's been treated, because the reason he's been kicked out isn't because he has COVID-19. It isn't because he wasn't vaccinated. It isn't even because he lied or his agent lied when they ticked the wrong box or any of those kinds of things. And before, a lot of people are sort of getting on this bandwagon, oh, he lied, what a terrible person. Except that every single one of you has lied. Every single one of us, even me, everyone has lied. Everyone lies. That's a human failing. So to sort of like point at him and say, oh, look, you bad person. I'm not trying to excuse him for doing that, but it's just that this seems very hypocritical when people start bringing it out as if they haven't done it. There's far worse lies than that. I think of maybe Jeffrey Epstein, or allegedly maybe Prince Andrew or Jimmy Savile and all that kind of stuff, real criminals. I mean, that's the laughable thing about this. They've stopped this one man from coming in there because the reason why is because they believe that he's a threat because of his mind. That the very fact that he's decided to be rebellious and not had his vaccination is a danger to all Australians, that they could be swayed into an anti-vax movement of not getting vaccinated. I mean, it's just laughable. I mean, I know, he probably has a big following, but not against the media, the might of the media of even Australia. I mean, it's just laughable, that this excuse. But what is more worrying is like we're coming to George Orwell's 1984. This is like a thought crime, where he got the date wrong, but we're certainly catching up now to those types of things. So that's the more worrying thing, is that and I don't know, is it if all Australians are have to be vaccinated or else they cease to exist. I mean, it's just so zealous. And so, like, if this was a different situation and it was in Russia and China, people would be complaining about it and moaning about it and saying, how this is, undemocratic and, blah, blah, blah. Whereas everyone else is now just saying, because everyone wants to get on the bandwagon and virtual signalling of COVID vaccinations, even though they don't know the science or don't know whether it's how good it is or how bad the virus is or this, that and the other, because they don't need to know, because someone in a white coat or a politician who stands up and tells them to understand, the way we were taught in school. Because that's the way we've been programmed to be like that. So that we'll just accept that, despite the fact that the very people who tell us these things break all the rules, like we've seen with Boris Johnson breaking all the rules, going on parties, not taking it seriously, not wearing masks in hospitals, all these types of things, but telling us to do all these things. And it's not about us and them, because we, as all human beings, make the same mistakes and do all the same things. There's no difference. Just because you put on a lab coat or just in a suit doesn't make you superior or anything. Everyone makes the same mistakes. Everyone fragrates the rules. Just makes you wonder what's the truth anymore. And then, of course, it moves on to this other subject, which is this new police bill that is getting on the verge of Philip K. Dick's Minority Report. in preventing, being accused of a crime before you've even committed it, or a thought crime from George Orwell's 1984. We've been warned about all these things. We've seen many films about all these things, and now they're all happening. And yet we're all standing by, watching Netflix and carrying on our lives. Well, let's face it, we're enslaved anyway, because, like I said, when I was talking about that dream of my son and me going to work, and he was just a little boy, he was going one way, I was going the other, and how I felt it was so wrong. But that's exactly what we're going to do, because obviously that boy will grow up to be a man, and that boy will be expected to go to work and earn money to keep the system running, the glorious system. Anyway, I was going to read you, if you don't know about this bill, from Greenpeace. I can find it. Yeah, it's on greenpeace.org.uk, why you should be worried about the new policing bill. So it's not like I'm reading some, far left or far right kind of thing. This is Greenpeace, and they're talking about it, and the three of the worst bits of the bill is more stop and searches. So these are stop and searches where they can, under the new law, police would be entitled to stop you with or without suspicion if they believe you're going to cause serious disruption through protest. So you could be holding a banner, placard, or even nothing at all, and you could be stopped and searched. New crimes. This is about, obstructing areas like roads and airports and oil refineries. And then protest expos. Maybe the scariest addition to the bill is the creation of serious disruption prevention disorder, worrying you could be given an SPDO without actually having done anything disruptive, only that you might have caused serious disruption. These laws don't belong in a free and democratic society. And this is Greenpeace. So you can see it's not just something that some YouTuber is worrying about, or some, whatever label you want to give someone so you don't have to believe or think about it. This is Greenpeace saying, and they're working with Friends of the Earth. They're trying to create a petition that's on their website to stop this bill going forward. Maybe this is what COVID was all about. If there was a reason for, now they're saying this could have been a disease that escaped the Wuhan laboratory, and obviously America put funding into that laboratory as well. So, and we all know Bill Gates was always talking about population being too much and having to get rid of population, and now suddenly we've got that. But I don't know if it's enough population for him to. But of course we've got a lot of these problems with fossil fuels and etc. And now like with Novak Djokovic, someone has been detained for not vaccinating themselves. Imagine that 3 years ago, you didn't have your flu vaccination, you can't go into a country. Our rights are ebbing away, and we're all talking about the new normal and getting back, and they're going further and further until, well, you won't be able to leave your house. You won't even be able to think any other thought other than what you're told of. At the moment, it's a choice in a subtle way. Take care, Daisy. God bless and peace.